Kairi Nasai Minasan. Today we're gonna talk about Kamen Rider Geats episode 13. Let us talk about the DGP because this episode gave us quite a lot of interesting stuff to talk about, and I'm not so sure if you guys noticed what happened in this episode or not, but all this while throughout I will say I started to have this speculation about the idea that the DGP itself might actually have a couple of different departments, and I have been calling them like the Jyamato department, the rider department, the game department, and the face that we actually get to see of the DGP has always been the game department, which is the department of Sumori and Gilori. So both of them are the game department, and then we actually get to see the breeder in the previous two episodes, and even in this episode we also get to see the breeder talking to Gilori, and we get to see that the breeder is another department, and I would term them the Yamato department. But in this episode we actually get to see someone really interesting, someone that is able to send in a rice buckle to the player, to Geats itself, and that is really crazy. And the funny thing here is that even Gilori does not have any information regarding this rice buckle at all. He doesn't know what is this command twin rice buckle. This would actually mean that Gilori is not involved in designing the Desire Driver, is not involved in designing the rice buckle or even the ID call. He is in charge of making the DGP fun. That is his job. His job is to entertain the sponsors, entertain the VIPs, or even entertains the client that they actually have. So I would assume the person that sent command twin buckle to Ukyo S is actually the person who is from the rice buckle department, or maybe also the rider department, because I would assume that they actually design everything from the driver, the ID call, and to the rice buckle itself. So the person we actually get to see, like the handsome guy with the beautiful lady, could actually be from the rider department. So I'm not so sure whether or not my speculation about like all these different departments is gonna all come out to a reality or not, but I'm really excited to see what is the outcome. Okay, but we have to say, okay, we have to see one more thing regarding this entirety of the DGP, because we talk about the Yamato department, we talk about the game department, we talk about the rider department, but we have not yet seen what does the father of Kurama, the father of Neon Kurama, is actually involved in. We know for a fact that he is in fact involved in the DGP, because Neon doesn't actually loses qualification when he's talk about the DGP with the father. This would mean that the father actually already have knowledge regarding the DGP, and he is not considered an outsider, because in episode 3, if not mistaken, when Kewa was trying to record a vlog talking about his experience in the DGP, Sumori appeared in his room and warned Kewa that, hey, if you tell other people regarding the DGP, you are gonna get disqualified. So we know that Kurama's father, Neon's father, is 100% confirmed to be involved in the DGP, but we are still not sure in which department or in which manner. Okay, so that is really interesting. But now in this episode, we want to focus a little bit on the breeder right now, because the breeder, even though he is working together with the game master, with Gilori, but he got fed up of losing all the time. It is a little bit similar to the story of Garo from One Punch Man. He is so fed up with the idea that the villain always loses, and he wants to be the ultimate evil. He wants to be the ultimate evil so that the villain would actually win. You know, like he is kind of like the person that really want to see like, hey, the villain is not really like a villain at all, something like that, but we are not sure, okay, because in this episode we also got a few conversation, like a few sentences from the breeder that is really interesting. The breeder said that, hey, some of them even started to become very intelligent, so we are not sure which Jyamato this breeder is actually talking about. Is he talking about the king and queen of the Jyamato, or maybe he is talking about some other Jyamato that we haven't seen before yet? But this is really interesting news. Hopefully we get to learn more about the Jyamato in the future. We get to learn about their origin. That is gonna be the best of the best, okay? But now let me move on to Kamen Rider Punk Jack having the ability to punch Geats and not actually having any marks getting deducted at all. And we don't actually get to see Punk Jack getting any signs of warning whatsoever when he try to attack Geats, okay? So this is really interesting. I felt like this is because Gilori has the ability to set whether or not Punk Jack will kind of like get penalty or not if he punches Geats or not. So maybe Gilori just turn that off, so no penalty when you punch other riders, something like that, okay? So really interesting stuff. Or maybe because no, that doesn't make sense. It is okay. So the game that they're actually playing in this episode and in the next episode is gonna be the musical chair. So the musical chair in this game is gonna be the driver. So you need to tag back your driver. If you cannot tag back your driver within a certain amount of time, you're gonna lose the game, okay? So really interesting stuff here. But who is this little girl with the red hair? Because I felt like the identity of this red haired girl could be big, okay? Because like when Kewa and Neon saw the red haired girl, like they immediately it felt like, hey, there's something wrong, I should pay attention to her, and then they chase after her and all those stuff. But we are not sure who is this little girl, and she appears to be supporting the Jyamato. So maybe the girl is also a Jyamato as well. Maybe the little girl, it turns out to be the queen of Jyamato. We never know, okay? But really interesting stuff. But I really love the command twin buckle, the effect, the animation. Holy shit, it is so good, so beautiful. But we also get to see Gilori losing his mind. He is actively losing control in the second arc of the game, okay? So that is so fun to watch Gilori losing his shit. But that is not the only amazing thing in this episode, because the first arc of the story seems like everything is so perfect, everything is in control, everything has a structure. But when we enter second arc of the story, we get to see Gilori losing control, but we also get to see Ace suffering and struggling to finish the game. Like in the first arc, he is so OP. He seems so OP all the time. But in the second arc, every single game that he plays so far is a struggle for him to beat, is a struggle for him to complete. So this is really amazing. I can't wait to watch the next episode. And speaking of next episode, we actually get to see Ace manage to convince Punk Jack to kind of like join his side a little bit. So maybe we are gonna see Punk Jack dying in the next episode, or maybe he's gonna die on the Christmas episode, because I don't think Punk Jack is gonna die on the Christmas episode, because if Punk Jack dies on the Christmas episode, it is not climactic enough, because like it has to be one of the 4 core member, like one of them has to go, and I'm not sure which one I want to see go, because I am really attached to all 4 of them. I'm attached to S. I mean, S is impossible for him to go. He's the face of the show. Keiwa, I love Keiwa. I love Neon. And I love Buffa. I really do not want to see any one of them die during the Christmas special, like the Christmas episode. But you know, like it is the Sunday is a Christmas day. 25th happens to be on a Sunday, and it is also the day that Kamen Rider Geats is gonna drop. So I'm really not sure what Yuya Takashi is gonna do So let us pray, okay? Let us pray that no one dies, okay? But lastly, before I end the video, I just want to let all of you know about the result of the polling that I made regarding which one do you prefer, normal sumori or golf sumori. Turns out a lot more people prefer golf sumori compared to the normal sumori, but not gonna lie, both is good for me. If she can rock a normal sumori one day, the next day go for a golf sumori, another and yet another day go for another sumori, anything goes for me. But I have to say, one of the secret waifu in Kamen Rider Geats here, I really felt like this one of the secret waifu here that a lot of people might be kind of forgetting and not pointing out a lot is actually Kewa's sister, okay? Like, I'm not gonna lie, she is a very, very attractive woman. And I don't know, I just a sudden thought, right? She might be a secret waifu of the series here that a lot of people might forget to sim for. But I'm here to promote Kewa's sister. If you are a big fan of Kewa's sister, let me know in the comment section below as well. Type in Tanuki's is best. Okay, but yep, that is all from me. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. Subscribe before you leave if you like my content, and thank you. Bye.